One of the most exciting moments for me was finally getting the couple ring with my bias. It felt like all the dates, stories, battles, and little things in the game led up to that moment. And I'm not even exaggerating. I used to be a free-to-play gamer, so it took me way longer to get it, at least compared to my friends who are able to get those passes, promises, and packs. But you know what? That's totally fine. It's normal. Now that Caleb has been added to the game, I've been looking for faster and easier ways to boost affinity. If you're new here, I'm Sasha, and I've been hooked on Love in Deepspace since the closed beta last December 2023. In this video, I'll talk about what affinity means in the game, how you can raise your affinity levels, and practical tips to make the process easier and faster. Reaching certain affinity levels isn't just about getting the ring. It also unlocks more interactions, cool decor items, and boosts your stats, which are super helpful for orbits and hunter contests. So, let's start with the basics. What is affinity anyway? When you start the game and meet the boys, you'll notice that some parts of the game are locked. To unlock those parts, you'll need to reach certain affinity levels. You see, affinity is a system in the game where you can level up your connection with the boys. As your affinity goes up, you unlock cool rewards, like new reactions and interactions from them. To check your rewards, go to With Him and tap the magnifying glass icon. Here you'll see the affinity levels. Levels 1 to 29 is Crush, 30 to 49 is Darling, 50 to 99 is Lover, and levels 100 onwards is Devotion. What's awesome is that you get a reward every time you level up. And in every 5 levels, you'll get better rewards and a boost in your stats. To get the couple ring, you need to get to level 100. So, how do you raise your affinity level? There are multiple ways, and you can find it here. Go to With Him, then tap Memo. First off, you can see here your current affinity level, the current points you have in that level, and how many points you need to level up. Just know though, that every level actually requires just 3,000 points each. It doesn't matter if you're at a lower level or higher level. When you're just starting out though, it is pretty easy to increase your affinity, especially since there's a category for firsts. The firsts category is pretty straightforward. You'll gain 500 affinity points when you do different interactions with him for the first time. As long as you go through the game, or interact with him and use different features, most of the tasks here should be easy enough to trigger. From my experience, most people only have trouble with sharing an official account and starting a voice line. To share an official account, go to your phone and select the public account icon, the leftmost on the bottom right. Choose a public account and tap the clock icon on the right side of the account name. Here you'll see all the posts under the account. You can select one and read the post. And when you reach the bottom of some posts, there will be this chat bubble icon with a red dot next to the number of views and hearts. This means you can share the post with specific companions and they'll respond via text message. Just remember that not all posts can be shared, so you'll have to look out for these icons. To start a voice line, choose a voice line you want to save. It can be from the main story or the interactive stories. Just tap the clock icon, then tap the star icon to add his voice to your favorites. As for the by your side voiced lines, tap the book instead, then tap the star icon. Your favorite lines can be found here, With Him, Collection, then Favorites. If you have trouble with the other items from the firsts category, let us know in the comments, or you can check out our walkthrough video to hopefully find where a certain feature is in the game. We'll share the link below. As for the tasks under the companion category, these relate to activities that can be done with memories and the directional orbits. Unfortunately, there's no hunter contest and abyssal chaos, but we'll get to that later. The different tasks for memories consist of leveling up multiples of 5, ascending, ranking up, and awakening. Just to cover the basics, you can level up your memory by going to Memories, selecting the memory you want to level up, then tap Upgrade. Make sure you have enough bottles of wishes, then tap Upgrade again. You'll get affinity points in every level that are multiples of 5. For example, 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. the higher the rarity of the memory, the higher affinity points you'll get. And as you can see here, the affinity points for upgrading 3-star memories is pretty small. For me, leveling them up is not worth it for the points, because the resources you need to do so will be better off in upgrading 4 and 5-star memories instead. As for ascending a memory, it is pretty similar to leveling up or upgrading. The key difference is, in ascending, you are increasing the level cap of a memory. In Love and Deepspace, and honestly most gachas, you won't be able to proceed in leveling up your memory until you increase the level cap. For every 10 levels, you would need to ascend. Similar to leveling up, go to Memories, select the memory, then tap Ascend. This time around, you would need the correct ascension materials. Then tap Ascend again. And the higher the rarity of the memory, the higher affinity points you'll get as well. Moving on to Awakening, once the memory reaches level 80, you can ascend the memory to maximize the stats of the memory and, of course, increase the affinity. To awaken, go to Memories, select the memory, then tap Awaken. You would need a corresponding Awakening Heart and the appropriate ascension materials. You get Awakening Hearts from events, so don't miss out on those, and if you purchase the Secret Promise. And similar to the others, the higher the rarity of the memory, the higher affinity points you'll get. Then, to rank up a memory, you would need to get a duplicate of the same memory. Then go to Memories, select the memory, then tap Rank Up. You can see here that I have enough shards to rank up the memory. Once you get a duplicate of a memory, it will automatically convert into a number of shards enough to rank up a memory. Tap Rank Up to proceed. You can rank up a memory 3 times, and similar to the others, the higher the rarity of the memory, the higher affinity points you'll get. Aside from memory-specific tasks, you'll also gain affinity from completing Direction Orbit trial stages. You'll get a flat amount of 300 affinity points regardless of stage. So whether you're just at stage 5 or stage 100, you'll receive the same amount. However, completing trial stages will give you rewards like his exclusive outfit, which in turn will also give you affinity points. And speaking of collecting exclusive outfits, next, we have the tasks under the Bond category. These include things like interacting with him on your in-game phone, collecting exclusive items, and completing his stories. In your in-game phone, you can increase your affinity with him by responding to his text messages, completing voice and video calls, and leaving a comment on his posts. There are numerous ways to trigger these. The most common would be by taking pictures in the photo studio with certain outfits, accessories, poses, and backgrounds. We've shared some in separate videos, but let us know if you're interested in a master list of sorts. Certain events, like birthdays or New Year's, also trigger calls. Also, some rewards as you increase your affinity with him will unlock this as well. Then we have collecting his exclusive items, which include a new plushie, each color variation is considered a new one, a new meow badge, his exclusive outfits, his exclusive music, and his exclusive photo pose. You can get plushies and meow badges from Playtime, while you can get his exclusive items from shops. As for his exclusive stories, these include all of his stories under dating. In By Your Side, you can complete his secret times and tender moments to gain affinity. To unlock more stories under these, increase your affinity with him or obtain his 4-star memories. In Falling For You, complete his Bond, Memoria, and Myth interactive stories. To unlock more stories under these, increase your affinity with him or obtain his 5-star memories. Completing his anecdotes will also give you affinity points. Remember that in both companion and bond categories, you won't be able to fully complete the tasks, and there will always be a new or extra one. This is because Love and Deepspace is an ever-evolving game, and there will always be new content. With a lot of features, the game can be confusing, especially when you're just starting out. And the community has been asking which features to focus on, especially when you have a limited time. And my answer will always be, it depends on what features you enjoy. Because, ultimately, your enjoyment of the game is the priority, and there's no wrong way to play the game. That said, If you do not have strong feelings either way on any features, I do recommend to try your best to complete the weekly free tries in Playtime, the Claw Machine, and Kitty Cards. Why? Because not only does it have a chance to get new plushies and Meow badges to increase your affinity, but you'll also get chocolates. You can exchange chocolates for his outfits and poses, which also gives you a good amount of affinity points. Then we mentioned the Abyssal Chaos earlier, and while you won't get any affinity from it, as far as I know, but once you complete a run or a deduction, you'll get to trigger a text message from him, which in turn will give you affinity. The rewards from the Abyssal Chaos do not have any exclusives. However, bulk of the items here can be used to upgrade, ascend, and awaken your memories, so it still helps in increasing your affinity indirectly. Next up is awakening your 5-star memories. One thing I have observed is that when you awaken a 5-star memory, you'll also trigger the 3 and 4-star tasks as seen here. We get 900 worth of points, and if you go back to the memo, all 3 tasks are equivalent to the 900. Does this mean you should awaken all 5-star memories? No. You should still plan for it, especially with the limited resources. That said, it is okay to commit to awakening 5 stars. It took me a while to awaken my first one because of analysis paralysis, so if you're unsure, the myth cards are usually a safe bet to start. And if you enjoy what we do, consider joining our membership to support the channel. You'll enjoy early access and some behind the scenes on what we're currently working on. Lastly, remember to participate in events if you can, and try your best to buy all the items in the limited event shop. I was guilty of not completing or fully participating in events before, so my event tokens were limited and that was my mistake. I had to choose which ones to buy and which ones to miss out on. I do think that most items can increase affinity. The obvious ones to buy first are his exclusive items like poses, music, and outfits, which will add to your collection and increase affinity. The resources will help as well in upgrading, ascending, and awakening your memories, which increases affinity. And as your memories get stronger, you could potentially complete more trial stages in directional orbits, which also increases affinity. And one last thing I would like to emphasize, buy all the memories, all of the 3 stars, and rank them up. And if you remember, ranking up also increases affinity. In the next video, we'll cover the basic features of Love and Deepspace. We'll run through the features on the login page, your character profile, agenda, events, wish, shop currencies, dating, and more. It's gonna be a good one. I'll see you there.